Some people cannot even finish a short story within a day or two.
Go with Tia on YouTube.
Hi, if you are seeing this video for the first time, my name is Hamdia, and over here on this channel, we talk all things related to personal development and mental health related issues. If it interests you, make sure to smash the subscribe button and be part of the fam. Reading gives us a glimpse into other worlds and makes us flexible people. Okay, this video is for beginners, those people who know they must read, but then they've not been able to read a lot of books because they lose momentum on the way. So the first tip I want to share in building a habit of reading is to have books. How can you say you're forming a habit of reading when you don't have books in your house? What then are you going to read? Is it leaflets or instruction of products in your house? Okay, so it's essential to have books in your house when you are trying to form a habit of reading, so that any corner you turn, you'll be able to pull a book out of a shelf and enjoy yourself on the go. If you are a student, you can take advantage of your school library, learn books from the library and read. But as you are learning the books from the library, make sure you are putting money aside to buy your own books. If you don't have books in the house, you only be reading when you are in school. But then you are not forming the habit only for school, you are forming the habit for a lifetime. So you have to get books in your house, okay? If you have a community library, you can make good use of your community library too. But then books are not usually costly like that, so you can get 3 books and start with, and as maybe by the time you finish 1 or 2 books, you can add additional 2. In my other video about forming new habits, I talked about the cue which triggers you in forming your new habit. So your books are your cue to your new habit. If you don't have books around, the triggers won't come as often as you want them to come, so that you'll be able to read your books. And by the way, if you've not watched that video about forming new habits, you have to go and watch that video, okay? And my next tip in forming a habit of reading is to start with interesting short stories. I said interesting short stories, okay? Short stories, because you can finish a short story within a day or 2. If you are able to finish a story, you are building trust in yourself. You are telling yourself that you also have an ability to finish a book just like any other person, okay? So if you have the trust in yourself that you can finish a book, it will give you the zeal to continue reading, because you know you are just as capable as anyone in finishing a book, okay? We have 3 types of stories, okay? We have short stories, we have novels, and we have novels. Okay, so this is an example of a short story with only 24 pages. This is another short story with about 41 pages, okay? So that one is an easy read. So we have this one, Solma, Tales from Northern Ghana, which is a novella. It's about 83 pages. We have this one too, Lami's Nightmare, which is also a novella, about 107 pages. You see that one, the leaflets are a little bit mini and the writings too a little small. So that is why you have to progress from short stories before to novels. About 100 and something pages. See, that's 109 pages. So this one is a novella. That's a novella. And we have this one, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. That one is a novel. Most times we think that novels are just the big books, but this one too is a novel, even though it looks small. It looks small, but it's a novel. It's about 160 something pages, okay? That one too is a novel with pictures. So it's not only the big books which are novels, okay? This one too is a novel. So this is another novel. Start with short stories before you can progress to novels. Novels too won't take your time that much. They are usually like 70 to 150 pages. Anything above that is a novel, okay? So start with short stories to build your momentum. And the reason I said interesting short stories is that you have to start with stories that spark your interest. Reading can put you in a slump, and if you are a beginner, you feel like reading is not interesting that much after all. That is why it's essential to start with interesting short stories which spark your interest. And how can you know if this story will be interesting to you? Okay, from taking myself as an example, I like horror movies, okay? And because I like horror movies, I'm mostly drawn to detective stories. So knowing the genre of stories you will like most likely be the genre of movies that you like. So if you like romance and drama that much, it might be the kind of stories you like. If you like science fiction, it might be the stories you like, or thriller. Okay, so just start with stories that spark your interest so that you build that love for reading. Okay, and my next tip in building a habit of reading is to make reading effortless for you. Okay, so that is why I said we start with short stories. If you're just starting out and you start with a novel and it takes you like 3 months and you're not even able to finish the book, you convince yourself that this reading thing is not even for me after all. Like, I've taken like 3 months and I'm not even able to finish one book. That's why you have to make it effortless in the beginning. Some people cannot even finish a short story within a day or two. So if you're that kind of person, just read a chapter, 2 pages, or even a page. You can even read one sentence, but just make sure that you are reading every day. You are doing something small every day, so that it will add muscle to your reading habit as a person. Okay, so just make sure that every day you are doing some small reading. In my video about building new habits, I talked about making your response easy for you. You make your response easy, so make your reading effortless. Okay, so that you'll be able to just read on the go. So the next tip in building a habit of reading is to join reading communities. Okay, so my first reading club was Books and Afterthoughts. We usually had a poll within the week containing 4 books that we all have to vote. So the book which wins, that is the book we'll be reading that week. And every weekend we have a day that we meet to talk about the book. Everyone brings their insights on the book, the lessons they learned from the book, the mistakes in the stories, and all those things. So like being around that kind of environment, watching people show their enthusiasm in reading and getting book recommendations and hearing them talk about books will also spark that interest in you to read those books, so that you'll be able to contribute to the conversation everyone is having on the group. It doesn't have to be in person, it can be online. My first book club like this, it was made up of mostly Indians, and like having to hear people say they read 3 books within a week, 5 books, and all those, like I was amazed. How can you read like 3 novels within a week when you still have other work to do? Okay, so just being around those people will also give you that belief in yourself that you can do as much as they are doing. Okay, and you can join any community group if you think online will not do for you. We have community reading clubs too. You just have to look within your community and find one that is most suitable for you and you join. If you can find one, form one on WhatsApp, form one on any platform that you are comfortable with. Invite people to join, and then just keep reading and reading and reading. Okay, so that is it for this video, and I hope that you got something out of it. If you did, make sure to smash the subscribe button, be notified anytime I upload a video. See you on my next video. I'll be linking my other video about forming new habits in the description box, so that you can go there and help yourself in forming any new habit that you want to form. Okay, see you on my next video, and bye bye.